My name's Allison Liu, and I am the founder of Braid Workshop for Women Entrepreneurs. Braid Workshop for Women Entrepreneurs is a monthly series that focuses on a different business growth skill every month. So we've covered in our workshops topics about branding, trademark law, social media marketing, anything that people say they want. We try to find an industry expert to come and share with us tips or some tools that they can add to their toolbox. I started Braid because I was going to a lot of entrepreneurship events and I wasn't seeing a lot of women there. Since Provo is an entrepreneurship and tech hub, it was a little strange that I wasn't seeing any of our women entrepreneurs at these events.
You know, however unintentionally it may be, there's a lot of boys club going on in Provo in general. I mean, Utah is a very old school state, and so I think unless you're specifically saying, I need to make sure that I'm hiring a diverse workforce or looking for diversity, it's not going to happen.
So I brought together a focus group of women in our business community to ask them what they thought about the lack of women showing up at these events. And one of the things they mentioned was that women don't often feel very safe to be vulnerable, to learn and ask questions, and I guess make connections that would help them grow their business when they're one of the only women in the room. So we decided to create a space where women can connect and can feel safe to ask questions, to make mistakes, to learn.
Being one of the two guys on the board, it's a really constant reality check. It reminds me, okay, like it's just harder for female business owners, and it's important to be mindful of that. I think one of the weird obstacles you see a lot is whenever you say this is a organization that primarily focuses on the needs of female business owners, you get this really silly backlash that says like, well, what about men? And it's generally from people who don't realize that most things are inherently biased towards men, and so the idea that you have a female-oriented workshop series tends to offend people for no good reason. You know, Braid is open to everyone, but we are trying to focus on the needs of female entrepreneurs in Utah.
So what's great about what I do in stop motion is that because it's unique, nobody can tell me what to do or what to charge. Okay, within the Utah wedding market, you have this.
I've really loved through Braid seeing just the connections and the collaborations that come out of our events, because we are a space for women to connect. A lot of women entrepreneurs especially are siloed. They're not really interacting with a lot of other people in the entrepreneurship space. So seeing the friendships and the mentorships, the new client relationships and support systems that come out of our community are really awesome. One of our community members actually said to me, I moved here from out of state and I had to learn a lot of new things and meet a lot of new people, but I didn't really find tribe with any of the people that I was meeting. But she said that when she came to Braid, she found that tribe, and I love that. But it seems like women aren't connecting as much, or they're just not meeting people who have the same interests. So Braid is kind of a cool way to learn things that can help you start or grow something that you're working on. And it's also a great place to meet really cool people.
It's just important to understand that there are negative market forces that are very real that we need to be aware of and try to counteract. The sole reason that Braid exists is to try to be an empowering organization for women and for small business owners everywhere.
Inspirational ending thought. And thank you so much.
As Braid grows, I'd love to be able to serve a wider population of women. Right now, we focus on economically empowering women through entrepreneurship, but there are so many, more women who don't have an interest in entrepreneurship, but still needing economic empowerment. So we hope to help those women become economically independent.
I love Braid because it's a really smart organization, and I think it's really exciting to feel like we're making meaningful progress around here, and it's really exciting to see actual change happen. And it's small, but I think there's a real community being built, and that sort of thing is important to me.
There's just so much good and power that comes out of meeting people who you work really well with. I see connections happening in the Braid community where women who probably never would have met each other are becoming really good friends and learning together and going on adventures together and building companies and working on projects and initiatives together. People who may not have found belonging with other groups in the community have found it with us.